I was born in Pak Se, Laos in 1965, and received education up until 7th grade, and then we escaped to Thailand, stayed in refugee camp for about 6 months, and then came over to United States, and then I went right into 7th grade again, repeated, and then graduated from high school in 1984. Went to University of Minnesota, received my bachelor degree of arts in economics and minor in international relations in 1989. And then I went to France to receive my master degrees in international business from a French school that's affiliated with Berkeley University. So I stayed in France from 1989 to 1991, then came back and got a job at US Bank, and then later on went to work for American Express as a mutual fund accountant. I always stay in the investment industry, financial industry, and now I'm working at Questar Capital, owned by Allianz insurance company. I'm working as alternative investment analyst for Questar Capital.
Okay.
So, and my name is Nachampassak, formerly Vixayvong, and I got married in 1993, changed my name to Nachampassak.
So you have a royal blood then because of the Nachampassak last name?
Nachampassak last name.
Okay.
Yes, after my father escaped to Thailand, I was in Vientiane, the capital city at the time, and I kind of, expect that in the future, we will follow my father. So in the summertime, all of my family came up, my mom and my 4 brothers and 1 sister came up to Vientiane, and then my father arranged for 2 men to come and pick us up at the house that we stayed at with our grandparents. And then in that afternoon, I believe it was in the summer, I don't remember the date exactly, but at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, those 2 men came and picked us up, and we drove from the capital city right out into the rural area. There we waited until dawn. We waited in the jungle until when it was completely pitch dark at about 9 p.m. That's when we started walking towards the Mekong River. But rather than taking the route that the guy had taken several others to go across the Mekong River, somehow we got lost. And by about 12 midnight, we had been circling around because we were trying to make it to the Mekong River where the canoe was waiting for us. For some reason we got lost, and we went around and around, and fell into the rice field full of leeches and everything. And so we got lost. We somehow went in there, and there were leeches everywhere, hooked on our body, and we tried to pull them out, and that was the worst experience in my life I've ever had. And then somehow by 3 a.m. finally those 2 guys said, okay, for some reason we cannot make it, we got lost, we couldn't find the way to the Mekong River, so I'm going to put you down, set you down here in a tiny cabin that we came across. And so he put us there and said, wait here, let me try to find the way to the Mekong River. So we waited for another hour. Those 2 guys finally came back and said, okay, we found the way. We actually got to the river where the canoe is waiting for us now. So as we were trying to, at the time that, let me take a step back, at the time that we got lost, we heard several gunshots. And later, the following day, we found out that the same route that we would have taken, if we weren't gotten lost, we would have been killed because 7 people got killed in that route. So it was it was very lucky that we got lost. It was, unfortunately, we got lost, but yet at the same time, it was very good thing that we got lost. So by 4 a.m., we finally got to the canoe and we went across the river to Thailand, and then we walked we didn't get to the refugee camp where my father was waiting until 6-7 a.m. So we walked pretty good, I don't know, 3-4 miles from the place that we arrived at the other side in Thailand to the refugee camp.
Okay. There were like 2 attempts before that. Do you remember those 2 attempts as well?
No, I wasn't, because my mom and my 2 younger brothers were trying to escape, and they were planning to send someone to pick us up, pick my brother, the other 2 brothers and 1 sister, so 4 of us later. That was the plan. But unfortunately, the 3 of them went with someone and they got lost and came back, got somehow cut loose from the group. The group that went with them, the rest of the group got captured and got sent into prison, something like that. And then somehow they came back, they got lost, they came back to the city, and then the second attempt, same thing happened again, got lost. The rest of the group got captured again. When they got lost, they ran into somebody, a gentleman who used to work for my dad. And so he helped them, my mom and my 2 brothers. He fed them, and then the following morning, and then he sent them home back to my grandparents' house. So then the 3rd attempt, that's when all of us, 6 and 7 of us made it through, and that was the story that I told you.
Okay.
I was really scared of the danger ahead. I knew that I've heard that several people tried to attempt to escape, but some couldn't make it, some did, and so I was scared. And then, of course, leaving to go to the unknown place, so that was the scariest part as well.
Did you know much about the U.S. back then?
I've just heard about New York. It's a beautiful state, beautiful United States, a beautiful country. That's all I've heard.
So what did you expect when you arrived in the U.S.? What were your expectations? What did you anticipate?
It was much better than expected. I thought that okay, it's just beautiful country. I've heard a lot about it. The country is economically, at the time, it was the best the best country in the world, from what my father had told us. So, and I came here and I thought, wow, it's better than expected.
Okay. So your life in the refugee camp, what was that like?
It was terrible. Many days we were starving. The United States or other countries, I know that flush in money to refugee camp, but for some reason we got little or basically pretty much nothing we received nothing, pretty much close to nothing from the benefits that the government had given to the Thailand government to help us in the refugee camp. So there were several days that we just had sticky rice and salt to eat for the whole day. So it was a really terrible, horrible situation.
Where did you live, and where did you get your water, and what was the bathroom situation like?
It was, don't even want to mention about the bathroom. It was terrible, the worst thing any human could experience. All kinds of disease. I was afraid for all kinds of disease. Share the bathroom with pretty sure thousands of people.
Did you have toilet or was it?
Toilet outside, but you share with 1,000 people, like I said. I don't know, I don't remember how many people, how many refugees in that camp, but it was really bad conditions. Any disease could develop there.
Right. Did you have to use? Did you actually use what they provided for you? Because I know some folks just go into the bush. It's probably cleaner that way, right?
Yeah, yes, many times I had to admit that. Yes,
Okay.
the bush. Yeah.
Okay, great. What about the living quarters? I know your mom mentioned that your dad actually built a shack.
Built a shack.
To get ready for you, so you didn't have to live with other folks. So was that better or worse off than what you had in Laos?
Oh, of course, definitely worse off when we had in Laos, when we were at Laos. The shack was tiny. It's basically pretty much as big as this living room that we all share and sleep in together. So basically, a shack is just basically to cover a place to sleep. It wasn't a nice place. It's just about the size of the living room, probably 10 by 11.